3 stories, 3 mysteries, 1 video. A tiny island that conquered half the world, stones that shouldn't exist, a city buried by volcanic fire. History is never what it first appears. The things we think we know are often just the beginning. Let's travel through time and uncover what lies beneath. First, how 5.7 million people conquered half the world. Second, the stones that shouldn't exist. Third, the city buried by volcanic fire. In 1750, Great Britain had just 5.7 million people, a tiny island nation, smaller than many countries today. Yet within a century they would control the largest empire in history. How did a nation of just 5.7 million conquer and control half the world? The answer lies in technology, economics and strategy. First, technology. British ships were faster, stronger and more advanced. Their guns fired farther. Their tactics were superior. On the battlefield, they had a decisive edge. Second, economic power. Britain was the world's leading trading nation. Money flowed into London. That wealth funded wars, bought supplies, and paid soldiers across the globe. Third, diplomacy. Britain forged alliances with other European powers, playing them against each other. They rarely fought alone, they always found friends. Fourth, divide and rule. Britain pitted rival groups against each other, kings against princes, tribes against tribes. While others fought each other, Britain took control. Fifth, indigenous allies. In India, in Africa, in North America, local peoples fought alongside the British. They provided manpower, local knowledge, and legitimacy. Much of the conquering wasn't even done by the British government. It was done by a corporation, the East India Company, a private company with its own army. But this story has another side. Britain's empire was built on exploitation, on resources taken, cultures disrupted, and millions of lives lost. It was complex and often brutal. By 1921, Britain controlled nearly a quarter of the world's land and population, all of it built by a small island nation with just 5.7 million people at the start. In Baalbek, Lebanon, stands a temple platform built with stones that shouldn't exist. Each block weighs hundreds of tons. Some weigh over 1,000. How did ancient builders move them? This is the Temple of Jupiter, the largest Roman temple ever built. But beneath the temple lies something even more impressive, a foundation of stones that defies imagination. In ancient times, this place was called Heliopolis, City of the Sun, a major religious center for centuries, long before the Romans arrived. The platform contains 3 stones known as the trilithon. Each one weighs approximately 800 tons. They sit perfectly aligned, with joints so tight you cannot slide a piece of paper between them. In a nearby quarry lies the Stone of the Pregnant Woman, an unfinished block estimated to weigh over 1,000 tons. Even larger stones rest beside it. They were never moved. The quarry sits only a short distance from the temple. But how do you move a 1,000-ton stone across any distance without modern machinery? This question has puzzled experts for centuries. Archaeologists attribute the construction to advanced Roman engineering, ramps, rollers, levers, and thousands of coordinated workers. The principles are known, but the exact methods remain debated. What amazes engineers most is the precision. After 2,000 years of earthquakes and erosion, the stones remain perfectly aligned. The joints are nearly seamless. Some believe the foundation predates the Romans entirely, Phoenicians, earlier civilizations. The stones may be far older than the temple above them. The stones of Baalbek stand as a testament to ancient engineering and a reminder that we still don't know everything about our own past. Some mysteries refuse to be solved. Long before the Aztecs, long before Teotihuacán, another city rose in the Valley of Mexico. Its name was Cuicuilco, and it was buried alive. Founded around 800 BCE, Cuicuilco was one of the earliest major urban centers in Mesoamerica. At its peak, as many as 20,000 people called it home. At its heart stood a massive circular pyramid, a rare architectural form in the ancient Americas. Most Mesoamerican pyramids were square or rectangular. Cuicuilco's was different. Around the pyramid spread organized plazas, streets, and residential zones. This wasn't a random village. It was a carefully planned city, built with purpose and precision. Estimates suggest nearly 20,000 people lived here. Farmers, priests, merchants, artists. A thriving civilization built on the shores of an ancient lake. Then, in the 1st century BCE, the nearby volcano Zittel erupted. Lava poured across the region, consuming everything in its path. Lava covered farmland, roads, and entire districts of Cuicuilco. Thick basalt flows hardened over the city, preserving some structures while sealing others forever beneath stone. The pyramid itself still stands today, partly excavated. But much of Cuicuilco lies hidden beneath modern neighborhoods and roads. The lava reveals its outline, yet blocks access. As Cuicuilco declined, a new city rose nearby. Teotihuacán, the city of the gods, would become the greatest metropolis of its time. Was there a connection? Archaeologists debate. The ruins are visible. But the full story of Cuicuilco remains partly buried beneath lava, beneath modern Mexico City, beneath centuries of unanswered questions. 3 stories, 3 mysteries. A tiny island that conquered the world. Stones that defy explanation. A city buried by volcanic fire. One common thread. History is full of surprises. These videos are based entirely on information collected from external sources. Historical records, archaeological reports, academic journals, and news archives. Every statement can be traced back to these sources. Nothing has been added from our own opinions. We present the information. You decide what to believe. Follow Echoes of Time for more history mysteries. New stories every week. Subscribe so you never miss a chapter. Comment below, which story surprised you most? The tiny island that conquered the world, the stones that shouldn't exist, or the city buried by volcanic fire?